What's going on, guys? It's Greg here, aka NYPrepper. It is Monday, September 9th, 2024, and I have an emergency alert to share with you guys. Right now, it is 18:21 Eastern Time, and I'm actually recording this in Poland, so I'm in Poland right now. I'm going to be here until the 21st. I'm going to try to update you guys as much as I can. I might not be able to update you every single day, but I'm going to try to see if I can at least update you every other day or every second day. We'll see what happens. But Israel is moving closer to a military campaign in Lebanon, including a ground invasion. And this is being reported by a senior Israeli official who said this to Israeli News 12. So it looks like Israel is planning a major military campaign in Lebanon against Hezbollah. And here we have some new footage, actually pictures coming out of Israel showing U.S. Central Command General Michael Kurilla meeting with senior Israeli military officials, including Israeli Chief of Staff Herzi Halevi and the commanding officer of the IDF Northern Command. So this is very, very interesting. So on the right, you can see Kurilla, and then on the left is Herzi Halevi, and then you can see a bunch of senior American military officials, and then on the left, you can see some senior Israeli generals. And then here's another picture of Kurilla, looks like meeting with the Northern Command general here. This bald guy here, I forgot his name. And then here's another picture of him with that same guy walking inside of a bunker, it appears. So Israel is preparing for some kind of an operation in Lebanon, obviously meeting with the Central Command commander first to exchange information before they proceed. And we're hearing some reports of a security incident on the border of Egypt and Israel. Rumors are floating around that some Israeli soldiers were shot and possibly involved in a shootout with Egyptian troops. Information at this time is sketchy, so I'm not 100% sure about that, but there was some kind of an incident on the border of Egypt and Israel. And Israeli Channel 12, quoting an Israeli official, said that Egypt has passed angry messages to Israel after Netanyahu's press conference last week. And Israeli Channel 13 said Israel and the United States tried to hold another summit for ceasefire negotiations, but Egypt refused to participate. Okay, so it looks like relations between Egypt and Israel are very sour right now, and Jordan has also criticized Israel in recent days. So it's not looking too good. Looks like Egypt and Jordan are turning their back on Israel. And the UN Nuclear Watchdog's Director General Rafael Grossi on Monday raised concerns over the continuous increase in Iran's stockpile of enriched uranium to 20 and 60%, and said he will soon travel to Iran to discuss his concerns with the Iranian president. Okay, so Iran is continuing to enrich their uranium from 20 to 60%. This is very concerning. It means that they're preparing to build nuclear weapons. They already said that they may revise their nuclear doctrine. And Syria has reported that the number of deaths as a result of the Israeli airstrikes last night has risen to 14, and an additional 43 people were found to be wounded today. So that is pretty serious, guys. This was the largest airstrike on Syria by Israel since 2018. And the Turkish President Erdogan has called for an urgent meeting of Islamic leaders on Israel. And I want to update you guys now on the situation with Ukraine and in Eastern Europe. We have some very concerning information coming out of Eastern Europe. So Ukraine has summoned the Iranian ambassador over the rumors that Iran was going to send hundreds of short-range missiles to Russia. And Ukraine told the Iranian ambassador that there would be devastating consequences for Iran if they sent those missiles to Russia. That is pretty serious, guys. And now the U.S. has apparently threatened Iran with significant consequences if they transfer these missiles to Russia. This is being reported by the Times of Israel. And before I continue with the breaking news, I just wanted to mention the sponsor for this update, which is My Patriot Supply. Guys, My Patriot Supply is doing a 25% discount on their mega 3-month emergency food supply. And to get the deal, you got to go to preparewithnyprepper.com, and the link is in the description below this video. But this is basically like their normal 3-month emergency food supply with some extra stuff. Is freeze-dried, so it lasts 25 years. It's packaged in rugged, watertight buckets that don't take up a lot of space. So it's just a no-brainer. So use the link preparewithnyprepper.com to get 25% off of the My Patriot Supply Mega 3-month emergency food supply. And we have some very concerning information coming out of Lithuania and Latvia. So Lithuania is preparing a national evacuation plan for their entire population. This was reported by LRT. The plan is supposed to be ready by early October. Okay, so the Lithuanian government is preparing a national mass evacuation plan of their population. They have about 2.5 million people. And what you're looking at here is some video footage that was released a couple of days ago from the border of Lithuania and Russia. And here you can see a bunch of anti-tank obstacles, these concrete pyramids. Those are used to block tanks and heavy equipment. You can see they have them placed all along the riverbank here on the Niemen River, which goes along the border of Kaliningrad, which is a Russian province. You can see a Lithuanian soldier there standing guard. And what's very concerning about this is not only did they put those anti-tank obstacles up, but they also put up mines. Look, you see that sign? Mines. Okay, so this is very, very serious, guys. Now, in addition to this, Latvia and Romania have both confirmed today that Russian explosive drones crashed on their territory over the weekend. Latvia summoned Russian diplomats to express protest after a Russian drone armed with explosives crashed in Latvia for the first time ever. The Latvian Foreign Ministry announced today on September the 9th. The drone crashed in Giaglava parish in the Rezekne district, just 52 miles northwest of the Belarusian border. The explosive that the drone was carrying did not detonate on impact, but was deactivated by Latvian personnel. So guys, an explosive-laden drone, probably one of the Shahed drones that Russia uses to strike Ukraine with, those giant drones that have like massive explosive warheads on them. The Iranian ones flew 52 miles into Latvia. 52 miles. It's not 5 miles, not 2 miles, not 10 miles. 52 miles, guys. That is serious. My guess is that Russia was probably probing Latvia's air defenses to see how they would respond. Same thing with Poland. They did that to Poland about a week and a half ago. They sent this drone into southeastern Poland. It flew about 20 miles into Poland, and the details about that are sketchy. The Polish government said that they didn't shoot it down, but they didn't say that it crashed. Then the Polish prime minister said that NATO has been pressuring them not to shoot down Russian drones and missiles that fly into their airspace, which is just totally insane. So this is clearly a sign that Russia is testing Poland and the Baltics to see what their air defenses are like. This is very serious, guys, okay, very serious. And Romania's defense ministry confirmed on September the 9th that it found a Russian drone near the village of Pereprava, which is directly across the Danube River from the Ukrainian border. And here we have some video footage coming out of Poland. It shows Polish paratroopers landing in a Polish town, a rural area of Poland. And this is very unusual because usually paratroopers don't train in populated areas. They usually land in like military fields, training grounds, or forested, unpopulated areas. But here you can see they are landing in this town. And my guess is that they're training, okay? They're trying to do realistic training that involves them landing inside of towns. And here you can see this one paratrooper had his parachute catch on this power line. But I think this is part of their training. Some people were saying that this was an accident, that a gust of wind blew them over into the town. I personally don't believe that, because usually the areas that they land into are huge, and even if a gust of wind were to blow them over, there's so much forest land and unpopulated open land that they wouldn't need to land in a village like this. I think they're training for possibly paratrooping into Belarus, or maybe paratrooping into their own villages to take them back if, let's say, Russia and Belarus invaded from the east or from the north. So this is very, very unusual, and it caught my attention. So things are really escalating in Eastern Europe, guys. Okay, this drone in Latvia has me very concerned, flying 52 miles into Latvia. I mean, that is just absolutely crazy. And we have a German newspaper, Welt, reporting that NATO is increasingly concerned about an electromagnetic pulse attack from a group of Russian satellites that were recently launched. And the German government is set to conduct a trial warning event called WarnTag, during which people across Germany will receive a test emergency alert on their devices and may hear nearby sirens. Wow, okay, so Lithuania planning a mass evacuation of their population. Now we have Germany doing a warning event across the whole country, testing their emergency alert system and their sirens. And here we have some video footage coming out of Belgorod, Russia, showing these public bomb shelters that Russia has created in Belgorod so Russians can flee in the event of Ukrainian air raids. You can see all these people running into these bomb shelters. I don't know how they squeeze into these little boxes. I don't know if there's something underground there, but they're just packed into those boxes like sardines. But, I mean, this is a huge move by Russia to actually put these public shelters everywhere in Belgorod. Okay, so, Putin, he's not going to tolerate this for a long time. Ukraine shelling Belgorod and invading Kursk. He's not going to tolerate that for a long time. And I'm not saying that because I'm a fan of Putin. Okay, I can't stand him, but it's just reality. Okay, it's just a matter of time before Putin does something crazy. I think he's getting ready to use tactical nukes on Ukraine. Russia's already revising their nuclear war doctrine. This way they can do that. So get prepared, guys. And here's the location of where that Russian drone crashed in Latvia. You can see how far into Latvia that drone went. Okay, very, very concerning. And Sweden's largest airport, Arlanda, suspended flights due to unknown reasons. Swedish police said that restrictions at Stockholm's Arlanda airport were imposed for 2.5 hours on the night of September the 9th. The Daily Aftonbladet newspaper, citing a source in the aviation authority, wrote that 4 drones were spotted in the sky over Sweden. Police are investigating the incident. We suspect that it was a deliberate act, but cannot say for what purpose. For reasons of confidentiality of the investigation, we do not want to go into details, said a police spokesman. So this is very concerning, guys. 4 drones in Sweden near Stockholm. Definitely Russian. I don't see who else would send drones into Sweden. And just like 2 weeks ago, the German prosecutors were saying they were investigating incidents of Russian drones flying close to German nuclear power plants just north of Hamburg. And Polish security services have neutralized a sabotage operation organized by Russia and Belarus to destabilize Poland, according to the Deputy Prime Minister Krzysztof Gawkowski. He said saboteurs operating from Belarus in cooperation with Russia had infiltrated local and central government offices including state-owned companies carrying out military contracts. This was reported by Reuters. Belarusian and Russian foreign services had a specific goal: extorting information, blackmailing individuals and institutions, and conducting actual cyber warfare, Gavkovsky said. The operational goal was data theft for blackmail purposes, and it failed, he said. The number of cyber attacks has doubled since last year, targeting Polish organizations and institutions, including logistics companies that make military deliveries to Ukraine. Very interesting. And the Slovakian Prime Minister Robert Fico called on the international community to condemn the use of Nazi symbols by the Ukrainian army. So Robert Fico basically showing himself to be a supporter of Putin and Russia. And Rumble is going to be blocking access to its video platform in Brazil due to the local government's demands for censorship. And I want to just show you guys some interesting flights today. So here we have a British sub-hunter that was patrolling the North Sea between Norway and Scotland. Very interesting. And earlier this afternoon in the U.S., we had two B-52 nuclear bombers flying over Louisiana, and they were over there for several hours. We also had two P-8 Poseidon sub-hunters off the east coast of the United States. We had one off the coast of Cape Hatteras, and it was flying really low, doing loops right off the continental shelf off of Cape Hatteras. Then we had another one off of Orlando here in Florida. Here's a closer look at the B-52s in southern Louisiana. Here's a closer look at one of the sub-hunters off the coast of Florida near Orlando. And then here's the sub-hunter off the coast of Cape Hatteras. So the hunt for Red October is still ongoing. But that's the latest breaking news that I have, guys. I might be back tomorrow with another update. If I'm not back tomorrow, maybe the following day. I am going to be setting up my 24/7 streams here in Poland very soon. And also I'm going to be uploading other content, not news related, but outdoors related, firearms, outdoor stuff, truck stuff. Okay, so be on the lookout for all of that. And thank you guys for all your prayers, all your concerns. I really appreciate it. Keep me in your prayers so this way I can get home safe. And also keep this channel in your prayers as well. But that's it for now. I'll see you guys soon. Take care. God bless. And don't forget the 3 Ps. Prepare, practice, and persevere.